Over the past 5 years, our strategic plan was intended to double down on our investments, and we specifically targeted 4 distinct neighborhoods in and around the downtown. We've been able to increase property values, increase home ownership with the help and support of our anchor partners. LISC is a community builder. We work with neighbors, partners, sponsors in order to meet the needs of a thriving community.
We knew we wanted to be in the Old West End, but we just weren't sure that was going to be possible for us. When we came across this with some help from some of your friends and neighbors.
Yeah. For me, it feels like really being rooted and grounded in the Old West End. I enjoyed renting here, but getting to share a home with you was the best.
We've seen great results with the Core City program. As a result of that, we've seen an additional investment, a 4-year commitment from Key Bank to be able to continue.
Homeownership, we think, is probably one of the most paramount things for an individual or a family in terms of them having financial security and being able to build wealth. The Core City program is something that we're really proud to be involved with. We have an aging housing stock. There are properties that may need improvements and repair to become more market ready. And if not for some investment we're making into Core City with LISC, there wouldn't really be an economical outcome to get these homes rehabilitated and in a position where somebody would want to buy them.
Homeownership really is critical to the stability of neighborhoods. The Owens Corning Foundation partnered with LISC in 2020 by making a $1 million commitment. When we focus on neighborhoods, property values rise for all residents, and we impact more families.
About 15 years ago, my husband Kevin and I were curious about real estate, and so we showed up at an auction and we bought a house in a duplex. We learned a lot in those initial investments, but what we did learn is that we loved it. And so we started to buy more. Kevin and I purchased the former Wonder Bread factory for the past 20 or so years. It's been vacant with kind of reimagining and recreating spaces, typically in underserved neighborhoods that don't have a lot of development earmarked, and usually taking the messiest, dirtiest, forgotten about property on the block and renovating it and putting resources in it and making it whole again. It's very difficult when you have a vision for a building and others don't have that same vision. Everybody told me no. It had been a very difficult process. LISC was an integral part to move forward with this building. They were right there from the start. In fact, we purchased the building from the Lucas County Land Bank, and the next meeting we had was set up with LISC.
The property was abandoned, sat here as a really great opportunity for the neighborhood, but without any real means to make that change. The land bank saw the property sitting here. We used the tools at our disposal to become the new owners of the property. And then we did what we always do, to look for partners who would then be able to step in and make the kind of investment that would bring the property back to life. LISC as a lender helps to really seed that investment. Without that initial investment, often none of these things ever get off the ground.
It's been a very long journey. They never allowed me to give up. People come in and they see the befores and they say, so you turn that into this? They can't believe it, their mind is blown. I look at this and I think that it's just the start of something great.
Over the past few years, the small business ecosystem and the partners that we work with have really identified that the best way to improve small businesses is by pooling resources together and coming together to help that business. We gathered all of those partners, and the consensus was that we wanted LISC to lead that charge.
I think one of our biggest initiatives that we have launched that will really take legs this year is the Business Empowerment Alliance of Toledo, or better known as the BEAT. That program is a link to all of our business development organizations that are providing services to entrepreneurs and small business to be able to best get them resources, technical assistance, and capacity in order to be able to meet the need of the community. So hopefully we'll have that next Microsoft or that next Fortune 500 company being buttered out of Toledo, and it's as a direct result of our partners being able to provide superior service.
So my name is Dina Villa, and I own El Típico Restaurant. We've been here for 57 years. We are the only fresh and organic Mexican restaurant in the city of Toledo, and we're also the oldest. We've been there since 1968. My parents originally started El Típico. My mother just had a desire to open a little taco stand while waiting for my father, who was an Air Force recruiter. So she thought, well, we'll be here about 4 years and we'll just open up a little taco place. So the pandemic brought us to a full standstill. We tried to keep it open. It was very difficult. People were afraid to come eat. Our staff had their families that they needed to take care of as well. And it came to the point where we just needed to shut down. How it affected our business, it devastated it. In September of 2020, we were finally able to partially reopen the restaurant. At that time, we were still financially strapped. I received an email from LISC that they were offering a grant for $10,000. I thought, oh, that could be a godsend. When the news arrived that we were going to receive the grant, we were very, very grateful. What was nice about LISC is there was a personal element there. There was a community feel, like they knew who we were. And that meant a lot more because it was so much more personal.
Small businesses are essential to the city of Toledo in so many different ways. The identity of the neighborhoods is really driven by those small business corridors. LISC has always been a strong partner to the city, and I think they're really just essential to building the small business community in the city and in the region itself.
When organizations like LISC invest in small communities and small business, they're giving to help support the community. When a small business especially leaves a neighborhood, the neighborhoods start to die. You see, it's not just a business, it's our heart. It's not just a restaurant. It was our family, and it's the family that we've adopted through our customers and our neighbors.
LISC has had a huge impact on the financial opportunity centers of Toledo. Years ago, we started with one location, kind of working in a silo. We were going door to door, putting flyers up. Once we connected with LISC, we were connected to a lot of resources. And now we have 4 different community partners that are running financial opportunity centers in multiple locations. LISC has supported the work and really expanded what we do.
Our Financial Opportunity Center network is strong, helping around 2,500 clients on an annual basis. Anything from increasing credit score, increasing savings, being able to help somebody be in a position to become a home buyer. We work with partners like NeighborWorks Toledo region to be able to build all those financial skills that they need in order to succeed. And they also then have a home ownership piece where they're able to help people get into homes.
Ahmed came to Toledo about a couple years ago, and he established a medical transportation business, but he was really struggling with where to go, how he can grow. He joined the FOC network first by looking for home ownership opportunities. So he came to NeighborWorks as a first-time homeowner, then he learned about our Financial Opportunity Center. Since he already had a medical transportation business, and the coaches who work on home ownership also work on employment, mobility, and financial mobility, they looked at him and said, hey, Ahmed, there's things that we can do to help you kind of escalate your mobile transportation business. And that's where it kind of grew from there.
So our office that time was nothing. There is no operation, no dispatch, nothing. I only have 1 vehicle and 2 clients. Now is think we do almost 100 trips in a day.
So Ahmed knew that he wanted to expand his business. He was just one guy with a van, but he needed those stepping stones and he needed to know what are the resources in the area and how he can get access to them. So that's where the financial coach came in.
It's really been a privilege to have the affiliation with the LISC Bridges program, the Financial Opportunity Center. I look at the Financial Opportunity Center, it's helped improve individuals' incomes, it's helped improve individuals' net worth, it's helped improve their FICO scores. With the Bridges program, this mentoring and coaching as well to help facilitate how does someone, help advance themselves in whatever ways they identify as success.
The work that we do doesn't just change the individual, it's changing generations.
We see the continuation of the existing plan, expanding opportunity. We feel our investments in our Core City program that is investing in the acquisition, rehab, and sale for home ownership really working. We've had significant reinvestment with our partners from Key Bank to Owens Corning to be able to double down investments into the Core City program.
It's really a holistic approach overall. We want people to grow and succeed, whatever that means for them. If that's owning a home, if it's opening a business. And LISC kind of comes in and helping us achieve those goals, no matter what that looks like for that individual.
It's important for us as funders and investors to have institutions that we know have a proven track record like LISC, that we can trust to help achieve the outcomes that we're trying to support.
Bringing Wonder Bread back to life, doing that at Ford Industry Square, doing that at Hensville, it takes more than just money. It takes know-how and expertise, and LISC, as a partner with so many others, is really helping to drive that kind of change for our community.
Now more than ever, we need investors in our community. And we believe that LISC is uniquely positioned to be able to bring people together, be innovative, to be collaborative, and be able to see the impact that we need in order to have a thriving community and inclusive community for all.
People want a sense of community where they live. All I see is opportunity. The city is great as it is, but just how much better it could be.
People, I think, my age and even younger, recognize that an interesting place is the kind of place that people want to be in. A place that has not just retail, but restaurants, that has interesting places to live in, that has life and energy and other people. Neighborhoods aren't about buildings. Neighborhoods are about people.
That's part of bringing back this city, is reestablishing the generational wealth, reestablishing neighborhoods, and giving these families a platform financially to do things in the future.